Hi, this is Doug. Just wanted to give you a quick overview of Gutenberg and how it's going to work. As you can notice here, this is a very different looking interface than what you're used to with the classic editor. Much of the information that you would have previously have used in the classic editor is now over here on the sidebar. You can see that as I scroll down. That's a lot of the different plugins and different things that put the information there. There are still a few that still stick stuff down below, and you can do some stuff with those. Eventually, all this stuff down below, though, will go into the sidebar. Now, starting out, as always, you have your title at the top, and you will just add in your new title up here. And call it whatever you want to do. We'll just call it a test post. Post. And ignore the update failing here. Gutenberg will update once you you'll notice it up here that it's doing the auto saving. It just has a misreporting issue, and it's had that for a long time, and they still haven't fixed it. But just ignore it in the meantime. Then next down here, you'll see your block area. This is where you add content to your post. The T, you add a heading, or you can add an image, or you can create a gallery right there. And then over here on the left side, you can add a different block. If you don't want to start with a text block, you've got your headings, paragraphs, images, all these here that you can use. Common blocks include those that you saw there. Videos. You can do formatting, HTML stuff. You can do different layout elements. You can even pull a widget in, and instead of putting it in a sidebar, you can actually stick it right in the post itself. And you can embed various things. Sorry there, just click close. You can embed various things. And you can see some of the stuff you can embed. So, let's just go for the basics here, and we'll start with a heading, and we'll call this an H2 heading. You notice over here on the right, you can still use your H1 if you want to make that the biggest thing you've got, but we'll just call this the heading. Woohoo! I'm original, and we'll leave it at that. And you can see that the size will change as you change the different heading sizes. If you want to transform it into something else, you can click there. You want to make it bold, you can highlight it and click on bold. You can also do a hyperlink, and you can do a strike through. A few more options over here. One that you all will probably like is add to reusable blocks. Well, what this means is you can take a block, like say your disclosure, and you can create a reusable block if you don't want to hard code it into your posts. And you can just create a usable block, and it will be part of the drop down here in your plus symbol, and you just click on it there, and all the text and everything will appear over here. Now, if I want to create a paragraph, I create a paragraph block here, and we would have typing of the article. And as you can see, that works out pretty good. You get different text editing things you can do here. Now, this is a very limited text editor now. It does not have lots of fancy features if you're used to some of that other stuff. Now, it just doesn't have the icons for it, but that's because a lot of the stuff is moved over here to the side. Your color settings, your advanced stuff, we're adding CSS, and you could see here some different things that you could do with it. Okay. Also, you notice how when I hit return, each of these are blocks now. So basically what will happen is each paragraph becomes its own separate block so that you can edit it and do various things with it. If you want to insert a picture, you just come down here to the bottom just like you normally would, and or come up here to the top, whichever place you want, and insert an image. And it'll let you pull various ones. You can do text alignments and different things. All the options that you used to have are available to you. It's just that they're laid out a little different. You're going to have to do some practice with this to get good at it. Okay? So I recommend you practice some with this. If you're familiar with page builders, you'll pick this up pretty well. It's a lot like Beaver Builder and the other page builders, but this is for posts. Now, what will happen is this. If you have a new post that you want to do, and on this new post, I'm over at post now, and add new. Right now, when you install Gutenberg, you click on the drop down, it'll give you the option of Gutenberg and Classic Editor, and you can choose which of the ones you want to use. When you install Classic Editor, once Gutenberg finally launches on the 18th of next month, it will default to the Classic Editor, and you should have the option to select Gutenberg if you want to still experiment with it, because it will be core then. So you're just going to have to practice this. More and more things are going to shift over to blocks and using Gutenberg, so you'll definitely want to check it out. So, some of you asked what are the advantages of each. Well, Classic Editor, the big advantage of it is that's what you already know. The big advantage of Gutenberg is you're going to be learning to get ahead of the curve. Things are going to be transitioning to this. And if you eventually want to build landing pages and do other sales and marketing things with your website, using Gutenberg will give you good practice for gearing up for doing those tasks with a page builder.